Hi, have you ever used builder gel to build anything 3D and it's come out like a hot mess? Well, this is a lesson for you. I am gonna start you out with a 3D heart this time. I'm Tino Vo, and welcome to our online nail art class. Okay, so this is what the heart look like, and it's done with gels. This is clear embossed jelly, and this is 3D jelly. You can choose either or. They're the same. It's just this one is in the tube, and you can tell that I put cat eye in the bottom. You can put glitter. You can put all kind of stuff in the bottom, and when you magnetize it, it will magnify everything in the bottom. So it's make this cat eye really pretty. And normally when it comes to 3D, people would choose a clay textures, and clay gel, you take it out like this, and you just use tool to like mold it into a heart. But if you do that, then your heart will be solid. So that is the reason why I choose gel. Number one is it's very convenient for me. I don't have to like try to mold it. Like it works for you. But number two is you can put all kind of special effect in the bottom to let it show off. Okay, so this is my preferred way of doing the heart, and this way is very trendy right now. But for some people, especially for those who never done a 3D heart with gel before, you probably would think, oh, well, that's easy. There's no problem. I can draw a heart. So they will be very easy to accomplish. And if you think like that, you're not going to pay much attention to the lesson. People only pay attention when they are desperate for secret, for when they fail at something and they really need to know the answer. So that's the only time that they pay attention. So I want you to pause the video. I want you to go to your nail station and quickly try to do a heart like this. Try to get a 3D builder gel like this and build a heart. And then after the big failure, then you can come back here, and this is when we're gonna start to learn about the heart. Okay, welcome back. So now I hope you are ready to learn. So first, I am gonna start out with the colors. Queen of Hearts, Cat Eye. I'm gonna put it out on the palette. Okay, and I'm gonna quickly draw a heart. This is not the secret yet. I'll tell you when we get to the secret. And of course, I'm choosing a shorter nail to do it on. I hope you like it. I hope you like the diversity, long and short. Okay, so I marked the center. Now I am doing one curve. Okay, about right here, that's when I'm gonna start going straight into the centers. And another curve over here. Okay, and you're gonna color it in. Okay, then we're gonna magnetize it, but make sure that everything is proportional. I can tell I need some more gel over on this side. There you go. Okay. Maybe a little bit on this. There you go. You can draw quickly, but you need to make it perfect. And I need to take a magnetize or magnet, Tino Vo magnet, and let's zoom in. And we are gonna start with the head of the magnet right here, and gonna draw out this glare. Oh, there it is. Now a heart shape is tricky, so you don't want to lose this glare. So you want to keep your eye right on the glare while you're going around the shape of the heart. Okay, go up here. Okay. On this side. It's all around the heart. You have to condense the glare into the center. See how sensitive it is to the magnet? Okay. And when that is good for you, you are going to cure this. 60-second cure. Oh, another thing. Sorry to be complicated. If you are inexperienced, you can do it in one angle like this. Okay. And then you can slowly tilt your magnet into this direction. See that? But you have to be experienced with your magnet. See that? And then you can go up and down, up and down. See that? So you can do that in one angle. You should have to understand your magnet for you to for you to do this. See, so that's multiple way of doing it. Okay, I'm done. Now I want you to take out matte it, or whatever matte you choose, or shine it if you want your background to be shiny. And you're gonna take this out and you're gonna matte everything. Okay. Because the rest is gonna be 3Ds. And the 3D gel don't need top coat. That's why I matte it first. Cure this. Okay, let's talk about matte it first. Matte it, if you use as a finished top coat, no problem. It's no wipe. You don't have to wipe it. But if you're gonna design on matte, know that this is a type of matte of velvet. If you choose Teflon matte, that's fine. You can design on it. It's not velvet. But when you design using a gel on a velvet finish, it will shrink like this. Like you see how water droplet, when it get on your velvet clothing, it doesn't absorb into the material. It just maintain on top, and then it's construct into this little droplet. It's called shrinking. The process of shrinking because the surface is too soft. When you deal with a soft surface, then what happens is it just doesn't absorb the droplets. So it's starting to start shrinking because it's slippery. So the surface is slippery. So in order to avoid that problem, see, if you're done with this, then that's good. But if not, then you need to take out acetone or alcohol. I always use acetone. And you just rub on the nail surface like this, and that problem will be completely avoided. And I know you might encounter the same issue, not with the matte, but sometimes when you take top coat and apply on a gel surface, and your top coat start to like have little spot open out, that causes shrinking. It's like a little oil drop, okay? And that is an easy fix problem. Usually it's caused by the inhibition layer of the polish that you use. My polish doesn't cause that, but some polish cause that. And that doesn't mean it's a bad polish. It's just because the inhibition layer is different. So you can take acetone or alcohol, you wipe the polished surface and top coat again, and that'll be fine. So that is one of the tricks if you ever encounter that problem. Now, it's time for us to take a gel like this and build it. And this is when the secret comes. So, by now, you already know that when it comes to 3D, there is a two-step process. Let me clean out the palette and I will show you right quickly. So, the two-step process is, let me take a paper towel out because I'm ready to wipe off some failure here. There's going to be a bunch of failure, just so you know. You need to see all the failure. So, failure number one is inexperienced people would take this and they would try and do like squeeze out a big bulb like that. See how big it is? And that is when they will like trying to like make a shape. You cannot make a shape neatly with this much gel. You'll be wrestling the gel around. So that is a no-no, number one. Let's wipe that off. Okay, wipe it off. There you go. Okay, so that is one of the common issue. Of course, that's not where the secret is. So there is a two-step process going on here. I am going to take a small amount of gel and paint it on. Paint it on this. Now, with a small amount of gels, of course, you can maneuver the shape. See, the shape have to be really nice like this, okay? So you can maneuver the shape with a small amount of gel. You can paint it, okay? So don't squeeze out a huge amount and then trying to like go around the shape. That's a no-no. That is something that beginner would do. And of course, it doesn't turn out the way they like it, and they will blame that, oh, it's because they're inexperienced. No, well, it is, but it's not because they are bad nail tech. They just don't know the steps. So you do that. That's the slip layer. What the slip layer means is when I am pulling this out really big, this wet layer gonna help guide it out. That's why it's called slip layers. So I gonna do that, and it work with more simple shape. It's not going to work with this hard, and I'll tell you why. So let's put our slip layer. Perfect, all perfect, okay. But you see, when it's going out, it doesn't care about the shape, and you know that the heart have this nice pointed end right here, and when it going out, it will try to level out, and you will lose this point. See this point is going out, and sooner or later it's gonna be a big circle. That is why not a lot of people can do a 3D heart because of that. And for this, I don't have a lot of gel, or the background is clear, so you might not see it as well. But if your background is dark, or if the color of the heart is similar with the color of the background, it's very easy to see the imperfection. And that is a big blob. That's not a heart. See, this heart are nice and fine. And look at this point. Let me show you. See that? It's like it's been sculpted. Okay, so I am gonna show you the secret to doing 3D on difficult shape. This not just work for the heart, it work for every single shape out there. The moment you know how to master this, you can do anything 3D. Okay, so we already know that it's gonna level out, and it's gonna level out evenly, usually a circle shape. Okay, you painted a circle like this. Let me quickly do it. You painted a circle like this, and when you squeezing it out, then the slip layer gonna help you. It's gonna guide you this gel out, but it doesn't have a brain, so it doesn't choose specific shape. It's just gonna spread out evenly until it become a big blob. We know that, so we're gonna utilize that. Okay, first. Oh, just another thing. Not too fast. I always lay my tube this way. The reason is I want all the gel. Let me zoom out. I want all the gel to go down to the bottom. If you notice that little bubble that I have, it's because when I first pull it out, my bottle was standing like this flat. So when it like that, the gel might be in the bottom of this, and there might be air right here, and that is when you can see bubble. So you have to tilt it down at all time. But usually, if you put it back in the lid, okay, and doing this, it might take a long time. So there is several ways. If you have a crystal nail stand like me, crystal brush stand like me, if you don't, you should have it. It's amazing. But you see this? There you go. You can do it like that. Have a big spot like that. This can be just for your gels. Okay, because it might be a little sticky when the gel touches the wall. So you can just save this spot just for this. Okay, that's option number one. Or you can put it like this. Okay, so you don't have to put it back in the lid. Just a little extra information to help you. Okay, now we are gonna start the process. So I am gonna take a little bit, and I am gonna pan on the slip layer, but only on one side. There it is. That's the secret, but I feel like you need to watch how it's work. Knowing the secret doesn't mean that you fully understand it. It's best if you understand it visually. So just one side. And the reason is this is a simple shape. It's a teardrop. It doesn't have a big divot like the whole heart have. It's have a teardrop. So anytime you're dealing with anything that have angle, edges, you need to break it down, okay? So I'm breaking it down to two parts. I'm squeezing this out. Make sure there's no bubble, no air. Okay. Let me see. Oh, it's just a reflection. I thought I have some bubble, but it's just reflection. Okay. Press it out, and stretch it out. And then you can use the brush to guide out this corner right here. And then cure this. Oh, and by the way, if you tilted your nail like this and it's not very volume up here, you can always tilt your client nail like that, because then the teardrop or the volume will condense in the bottom more, so the heart look fuller on top. Sorry, I know I keep going back. I know I'm not moving on to every single step. I keep going back. It's just because it's very important. Minor detail, very important. And this is my only chance to teach you a heart. And I know it's going to change your life for 3D. Your 3D game is going to change it entirely. Not just the heart, but the star. Imagine you're doing a star shape or flower shape. You need to understand all that concept. So that's why I keep going back to show you little bits and pieces of it. Just because it's all important. Now, oh, by the way, I also wanted to show you this. Okay, you see this part right here? There is a little part that I call it the bust. It because when I put in the machine, I just leave it alone. So this part down here, the light probably have a hard time getting to it. So it's busted just a little bit. It's not a big problem as long as you understand why. When I put into my client hand into the machine, I usually do this, like that. So it can quickly cure all angle, so it's not busted. The reason why it's busted, because this part, if the light don't get to it soon enough, it's gonna cure, but the cure layer gonna be very thin, and the wet gel inside gonna bust out. So make sure that you drag it back and forth to make sure it's all even. That's also another thing that could go wrong. And now you know, as long as you know why. It's just I would hate for anything to happen and you don't know why. You can always DM and contact me, but it's bad if you learn all the secret all in one video. Okay, now the second slip layers, and you just simply distribute and not a bulk amount like this. Okay, press it on and then stretch it out. And remember, you can always tilt your client hand so it's going down the bottom. Then you can cure it. Okay, let's zoom out. Now, take it out. Now, you will have fear. And I will tell you your fear. You will have fear because you will say, well, Tino, but it's not smooth, Tino. There is a gap right here. What do I do? Don't worry, that's easy fix. So after you break everything apart and you have a nice flawless heart, well, except for this, but you have this dip right here, a very sharp, okay? That's all we're going for, is to keep the shape of the heart. Now, do a nice lip layer right on top and it will smooth out everything. And that's it. Problem solved. And now you have a nice professional 3D looking heart, and you know exactly how to get there. Just because you're a beginner, that doesn't mean that this is impossible. It doesn't make you a bad artist. If you fail, you just don't know. And now you know. Now you know that you can break it apart. Not a lot of people attempting this. You don't see a lot of 3D heart made out of gel. See 3D heart made out of clay, but not gels. Just because people most likely bump into these problems. and they are discouraged. No one's showing them the way, and they just don't want to do it. But now, you exposed a whole new, different world. Look at that. So that is how you do a 3D heart. Okay. And cuties. Now, let's talk about top coat. And yes, if you use a regular builder gel, you do need to top coat because it's sticky. But this is not a regular builder gel. This is special. I created it, no wipe. It doesn't need any top coat because it's very sad to do all the beautiful 3D, especially if you deal with like small detail and then you have to like trace back with top coat. That is a no-go. So that's why I make clear emboss jelly and 3D jelly doesn't need top coat. So at this point, you're done. Of course, if you're the type of person that you want to do top coat, then you can always put a little shine it on just to ease your mind if that is a route that you choose. Because shine it is always perfectly non-scratch. These 3D jelly is my don't need top coat, but it's not as shiny as shined top coat. It will be scratchy after 4 weeks. But shined top coat is like top coat on steroids. It have absolutely no scratch at all. When your client come back, it'll be look like they have brand new nails. So that's it. You can apply some shined top coat on, and then it'll be scratch free. And that is, let me clear this. And that is how you do a 3D heart. And I hope you love this lesson. It's a short lesson. I usually do a whole set up now, but I do this just because it's gonna be specific. So if you like really want to do a 3D heart, you can always go on. Let me show you. See, this is my homepage, Tino Vo on YouTube, and you will see all the short, which is not what you learn. It's just for entertainment. But you see other video. But it's bad if you find specific playlists. You can click here for playlists. Okay, playlist right here. So on playlist, I have the two most important one will be free nail art class. Okay, that's where the heart gonna be, or how to use your product. It's where I teach you how to use product, but the heart, it will be on free nail art class. And I typically doing the whole set, you know, but recently I decided that if you really want to do a heart, then you go in here and you just search for a heart tutorial. Same with if you want to do like a teddy bear, then you just search for a teddy bear tutorial. So it's incredibly specific, and it's gonna be easier for you to search and learn. Since I just started in professional YouTube for about a year, but imagine 10 years later, they're gonna be like 1 million videos, and it needs to be specific for you to be able to search. So that is the tutorial on the 3D heart. I hope you guys enjoy it. And don't forget to subscribe us on YouTube at Tino Vo. And everything that I do today, I use, all the product is available at www.tinovo.shop. And until next time, bye-bye.